Yeah, they're right now.
Winston in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Hey, Teddy, you wild as hell for that, bro. Don't ever join me again. But y'all got a loose man? Anybody want to play 2K? I need one. What's good with y'all? I ain't talked to y'all in a minute, man. What's up?
What they do,
a reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season.
Are you all together?
Taken in by the tight end Doyle. And he takes this one in for
a
Colts touchdown.
I got the new rosters and all
Jack
that, man.
Doyle, his first touchdown of the new season. As they are now on the board in the first half.
Yeah, it was 12
Extra
niggas in
point
that
by
shit,
McCrane,
man.
up and good.
I know.
And we are tied at 7.
It's going to be a little side joint when you know how sometimes when you in the league it be locked up and you be like, yo, damn, I wish I could just play a game. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be for that purpose. You know what I'm saying?
So only even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Yo, T, man, you act like you don't even know niggas no more. That's crazy. Y'all niggas wild. All y'all niggas wild as hell.
No, don't do a nigga like that.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And
that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drives.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Yeah, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. His throw incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and it's 2nd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Had a nice move, but can't break away. Down just inside the 30. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Hey, Zone, knock it off.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Shotgun now for Rodgers.
Come on, man. Stop playing with me, man.
Coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's fourth down.
We got to be going the other way, dog.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interesting.
I made the biggest switch. That shit was on competitive line, man. You got me fucked up. Look at this drop that pick.
Drive ends in just 3.
Nah, look at that shit. I seen this nigga break the timeline. Hold on, boy.
Something unfortunate.
I look at that shit said arcade, man. I went in that group, man. That group me, man. What the fuck you niggas got going on?
Because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Play action now. Winston. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the headlines. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Zach Pascal, his second touchdown on the season. And the Colts are going to jump back in front. And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, the tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along.
Now look how slow he move on the kickoff, though. Watch how slow he move on the kickoff.
Frustration after the PAT miss.
I said zone.
This one taken from the 7. And terrific field position here as they finally get him just shy of the midfield stripe.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kicked.
Wow. Now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's the sackmaster, Justin Houston, who comes up with it. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Now Winston. And the catch made by Hilton. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Yeah, I picked him.
Ready. Black, take that. 98 to Mike. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Hey,
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Ready. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Winston now. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 15-yard line. Jameis now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Winston. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate.
Brought down at the 20-yard line. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Third and long for Winston. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. Well, Brandon, there's no question we're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so you get him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
I like my defense. I love it.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. Yeah, Liz. 26. 53's mine. Check. 53.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers flushed out right. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. Here we go on 4th down with Rodgers. Johnson's got it complete. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
As a defender, I always found the slant route extremely difficult to cover unless you were able to jump on top of it early, because once he gets his hands on the ball, he's at full speed going away from it.
It all happens in the blink of an eye, doesn't it?
It really does. The timing is so important. That ball's got to be out of the hands of the quarterback and to the receiver like that. And if it is, you often get a very successful play.
At the 36-yard line.
Green 18. Number 53. Hey, 626.
They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them.
And that's caught inside the 30. It's a gain of 35. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of the game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run on 1st down. It's Mack.
Watch this move, Zone.
For a Colts touchdown.
Watch this move, Zone.
Mack, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
No, don't do that to me, bro.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back
I
of the
heard
end
that
zone for a touchback.
hold on, but Wesley Pipes, 8'5", 9". I said, but hold on, boy. Who the fuck is this? That's...
The Steelers offense are about ready for their next drive. They are
Look, though, I knew it was on, though. I said that's probably
sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Johnson was the intended receiver.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
To throw, Winston. He's got Jack Doyle. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Winston. And that will be incomplete.
I need a nigga that's going to get off them.
Long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I need a nigga that's going to get off them.
Two extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Now Winston.
Hey!
And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told.
Come on,
and the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle.
Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talked about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations.
Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis. Interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
I need a dog right now.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. And the Steelers on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is third down and 12. Throwing is Rodgers. And my goodness, another interception. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. They were looking for Johnson that time. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Following the interception, Winston. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. T.J. Watt. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Check it back, check it back. Jump it, easy. He's coming. Double up.
On second down, it's Mack. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 to be exact. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Now it's Hines. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, Pete Carroll's going to call out his field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 37. McCrane able to knock this one through. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The linebacker, Darius Leonard, applied the heat.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Eluding the pressure right. Now a desperation throw. Deep depth. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Eric Ebron. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit.
I'm hot about that, man.
Here comes Rodgers now as he'll go for the two-point conversion.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Hey, take 26.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Flush to his right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Defensively, there's still 3 timeouts. Do you even need to use them at this point?
I think a lot of coaches do it anyway, and it seems like cosmetics to us.
Is it just send a message you're not quitting?
Send a message that you're not quitting. Let your team know you're going to battle all the way, and you're always hoping for that ultimate miracle that something will happen, you'll pick up the ball and score, and you'll have a chance one more time and maybe on an onside kick, but not likely.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for Indianapolis, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.